Miss Judy, you mentioned about Purple Mark Festival. I tried to get Mom to bury her in the Purple Mark costume. She would not do it, but you know Grandma Joe would have buried her. Hey Katie, you talk about Grandma Joe, how everybody's got a story for her. I've had so many people reach out to me since she's passed away. And the common word they've used is she was a legend. And she was certainly that. I read a little something. I'm going to try to get through it here. And then I got to try to sing. So my perspective on life has changed a lot as I've gotten older, and certainly as I've started a family. Once that first child is born, life isn't about you anymore. It's all about them. I quickly realized how unfair life is as a parent. My whole world revolves around these two beautiful, hilarious, never quiet girls. Yet 5 days a week I wake up, I chase them around the house, dress them in a hurry, ship them off for the next 8 hours to somebody I barely know and trust them to raise my kids. Then I come home, see them for 2 hours, rush to feed them, bathe them, go to bed, hit repeat. I stress this point because Grandma Joe, she was that person, raising everybody's kids for 8 hours a day. She helped raise me and most of this community. Grandma Joe was my person. I spent 8 hours a day with her from the time I was born until I turned 16 years old. Grandma and Pop, they both had a large hand in shaping me into who I am today. Those who know me well know that patience is something I simply do not have. And I'll give you one guess where that comes from. I can also tell you that most of the qualities I pride myself on come directly from Grandma. Primarily my love of God. Grandma instilled in me a deep love of Christ. Many Sundays it would just be me and Grandma sitting right there in that pew, and I loved every minute of it. She was a big part of me growing in my faith, and I'm so thankful for that because it allowed me to lead my family in a faith and raise two girls who jump out of bed every morning asking, is it church day? My daughter Maggie James drew a picture, as y'all heard Pastor talking about it earlier. It was a picture of Nana Joe holding Maggie James's hand and also holding Jesus' hands under a rainbow. Maggie James and Grandma both had curls in the picture, of course, and Jesus had a crown. The day Grandma passed away, Maggie James told my wife that she could see Nana Joe through the sunroof of the car. She said Jesus was holding Nana Joe upside down by the feet like a turkey, while she stuck her head through the clouds, holding out MJ's picture, telling her how much she and Jesus loved it, and yelling, booty, booty, booty. I have no doubt that she is looking down on us right now, one hand holding Pops, and another holding Jesus, under that rainbow, as Maggie James envisions it, yelling booty, booty, booty from the top of her lungs. Grandma's determination is another thing I inherited from her. I feel for my wife Lauren sometimes because she knows that once I set my mind on something, there's no turning back. But that's one of my favorite qualities from Grandma. Stubborn, determined, loving, caring, and not patient. Grandma and I just clicked. Maybe it's because how alike we were. We understood each other, could always talk to each other in a way where we didn't need to say much. Or we said a lot. Even during my time at Clemson and after graduating, Grandma and I were still talking on the phone several times a week, just to call, catch up, a lot of times. Or she was calling because she needed me to come fix something. And she was truly one of my best friends. One of my most recent and dearest memories of Grandma happened 2 years ago on Christmas Eve. Grandma's health was going down. She was living at the Legacy. And I thought, what better way to surprise Mom on Christmas if she comes to my house and Grandma Joe's under the tree. So, as the chaos of Christmas Eve with two young girls was winding down, Lauren and I put them to bed, and I took off to the Legacy to pick up Grandma Joe for a sleepover. She had her bags packed, sitting at the front door, And I know she told everyone in that place where she was going. When I got there, the staff all said, "Finally, you're here." She's been calling up here every 10 minutes asking if you were here yet. As I loaded Grandma in the car, the nurse walked out with 2 5-gallon Ziploc bags filled to the brim with medicine. I said, "Ma'am, she's only staying for one night. What am I supposed to do with all this?" Then she proceeded to hand me what I refer to as an owner's manual for Grandma Joe. Once I got Grandma loaded up in the car and we headed back to St. Matthew's, we had a great time looking at Christmas lights and just talking. Grandma Joe could not stop talking about how worried she is for this person and that person, how she wished she could cook for them, and how she wished she could clean for this person. She talked about it the whole way home. And I was in disbelief that this lady, who is in assisted living, comes with 2 5-gallon bags of medicine and an owner's manual, is so worried about all these other people. It was a moment that really summed up the Christian love that Grandma showed to everybody who knew her. When we got home, I made Grandma Joe a big plate of barbecue and a glass of sweet tea. We watched Just a Wonderful Life while Santa Claus did his thing. The next morning, she was able to witness the Christmas joy screaming out of 2 excited little girls, which I am certain took her back down memory lane of all those Christmas mornings she was there with Josh, Callie, and myself as we would run downstairs to see what Santa had left us. Those who know me know that I have a bit of an obsession with deer. My mom and wife are probably horrified that I found a way to bring up deer in Grandma's funeral, but I promise there's a point. Simply put, I love hunting, and I go every chance I get, and I'm thankful for a wife who gets it and just lets me. But many of those hunts, I might not even see a deer. It's what I've truly enjoyed the most about deer hunting. It's my time I spend in the tree, talking to God. And sometimes those hunts where I don't see anything in my favor. Because out of 9 out of 10 of those hunts, I'll see that red carp. Most of you know this, but the appearance of a cardinal symbolizes a lost loved one that lives on through our memories. Some say it means that a loved one is near, or maybe they're just pretty red birds, but it's always given me comfort. Naturally, in the last few years, mine's been Pop. Most of the times he shows up during the last 20 minutes of my hunt, and every time I see him, I can't help but say, "What's up, Pop? I miss you." I know without a doubt that Pop will have another cardinal with him this year. Or in this case, maybe a couple more. Grandma wasn't exactly one to be predictable, so either way, I'll see her this fall. Mom asked me last week when they started discussing arrangements if I would play and sing a song at Grandma's funeral. I agreed to, and as I was laying on the couch after church this past Sunday watching the Masters, it hit me. Why should I wait until her funeral to play and sing to her? I grabbed my guitar and I headed to the hospital. As Rory was teeing off on number 18, me and Uncle Wallace were singing Old Rugged Cross at the foot of Grandma's bed. We sang 6 or 7 hymns in that hospital room, and I know Grandma was singing every word. It was a precious memory, and one I'll cherish forever. This past week, I've been trying to decide on what song I'm going to try to get through to play. As I was pressure washing the porch Thursday after Grandma's passed, I was listening to Tim McGraw radio, you know, kind of that vibe with, I got a barbecue stand on my wife's shows. And a song came on that didn't quite fit the rest of it. And I've never heard the song before, and it felt like it was played for me on purpose. I turned the pressure washer off, I ran inside, I grabbed my guitar, and started playing the song. Later that night, I played it for Lauren and asked her to record me so I could send it to Mom to get her approval, of course. I called Mom once I sent her that video, and I said, "Listen, I know you wanted me to play him, but I heard this song today that I didn't skill. Go Rest High on That Mountain." She stopped. She said, "Stop right there." Mom
Mom said I heard that song today as well. And she said, I wish Taylor could play that song. But she didn't want to ask me to learn a whole new song. So I think that's Grandma telling us what she wanted to hear. Grandma was a handful. She was stubborn, persistent, a little bit crazy sometimes, but she was a good one. A mother, grandmother, caregiver, friend. Whatever role she played in your life, she did it well. And she did it with more love and compassion than I could put into words. As much as it breaks my heart to tell her goodbye, I'm thrilled knowing that Grandma got to hear, well done, good and faithful son. Because that's exactly how she lived her life. And because we all know, Pop's been waiting in that car for a long time. Now bear with me as I try to get through this song.